Around 5 a.m. on June 18th, a Taiwanese fisherman from Penghu spotted and recorded a large PLA submarine surfacing near the Taiwan Strait median line. The submarine was later accompanied by PLA surface ships as it left. According to the fisherman's records, the submarine surfaced at coordinates 24 degrees north, 118 degrees 22 minutes east, which is west of the meridian line of the Taiwan Strait, near the Chinese coast, in waters approximately 45 meters deep. Once the pictures were uploaded online, military enthusiasts and experts analyzed the visible parts of the submarine and suggested it was likely a Type 094 nuclear-powered submarine from the PLA. The appearance of a Chinese nuclear submarine in international waters of the Taiwan Strait has sparked significant discussion and speculation. It's uncommon to see submarines surfacing for air, and the Chinese Navy's Type 094 Jing-class nuclear-powered submarines are highly secretive. These submarines can carry 12 ballistic missiles and typically operate underwater, moving undetected. The Chinese military is very cautious about revealing these submarines to the public. In April 2023, the Pentagon revealed that the PLA had 6 Type 094 strategic nuclear submarines equipped with JL-3 intercontinental ballistic missiles with a range of over 12,000 kilometers. These submarines now operate on 24-hour patrols, posing a strategic threat to the West. It's unusual for such an advanced submarine to surface visibly in front of a Taiwanese fisherman. Some experts believe the submarine surfaced due to mechanical failure and needed to return to its home base in Huludao, Liaoning, for repairs. Others suggest it might have surfaced intentionally to intimidate Taiwan. Another theory suggests that from June 16th to the 17th, the US, Philippines, Canada, and Japan conducted joint exercises in the Philippines Exclusive Economic Zone in the South China Sea. Participants included the U.S. Navy's USS Ralph Johnson destroyer, a P-8A anti-submarine patrol aircraft, the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force JS Kirisame, the Royal Canadian Navy Halifax-class frigate, and the Philippines patrol ship BRP Andres Bonifacio. Theory suggests that the PLA dispatched a Type 094 Jing-class nuclear-powered submarine to spy on their exercises and gather intelligence, possibly signaling to the U.S. that China's nuclear submarines are active. Some Chinese people mocked the situation, saying it is better to surface than to sink. At least lives were saved. This is because despite China's boasts about its submarines, their quality and safety are often questioned. Submarine accidents are state secrets and usually unknown to the public, but some incidents have been exposed by the media. Last August, a Chinese-made PLA attack nuclear submarine 093-417 got trapped in a snare zone in the Yellow Sea during patrol. This trap intended to snare Western vessels lurking off China's Shandong province and consisted of numerous chains and anchors. Ironically, the Chinese submarine became ensnared in its own trap. At the same time, a system failure occurred, leading to oxygen deprivation, resulting in the death of all 55 crew members on board. The deceased include 22 officers, among them Captain Colonel Shui Yongpeng, 7 officer cadets, 9 non-commissioned officers, and 17 sailors. The 093-417 Shang-class nuclear-powered submarine is officially named Long March 14. It is approximately 107 meters long and equipped with torpedoes. It is considered one of China's most advanced submarines, known for its low noise. Currently, China possesses 9 submarines of this model. After the accident, Chinese authorities classified it as top secret. It wasn't until October, when families publicly questioned why their loved ones, on leave, had not returned home, that the media revealed all crew members had perished. The Chinese authorities remained silent on the matter. The last publicly reported Chinese submarine accident occurred on April 16, 2003, when the PLA Navy's 361 submarine experienced a mechanical failure that prevented the intake valve from opening during training in the Chinese territorial waters east of Neichangshan. This caused the oxygen inside the submarine to run out quickly, leading to the deaths of all 70 crew members. The 361 submarine was part of the 12th Submarine Brigade of the North Sea Fleet, which consisted of 4 Ming-class submarines equipped with torpedo tubes. The submarine was commissioned in 1995 and retired after the accident. Following the incident, several high-ranking officials, including Ding Yiping, Deputy Commander of the Jinan Military Region and Commander of the North Sea Fleet, and Chen Xianfeng, Political Commissar of the North Sea Fleet, along with 8 other related personnel, were demoted or dismissed. Despite China's frequent promotion of its domestic submarine advancements, Chinese people remain skeptical. Last August, due to Typhoon Duksuri, continuous heavy rainfall caused severe flooding in Beijing, Tianjin, Hubei, and other areas. A video circulated on TikTok showing a Chinese submarine stranded on shore with a Chinese flag on it. The caption read, "Has Xi Jinping's governance led to such floods that even submarines are washed ashore?" Netizens responded to the post with comments like, "It was originally planned to rest ashore, but it ended up drifting all the way to land." Regarding the PLA submarine that surfaced on June 18th, retired Major General and current Taoyuan City Councilor Yu Pei-chen speculated on the program Taiwan Frontline that the submarine might have surfaced due to an oxygen generator malfunction, threatening the crew's lives and forcing it to come up. Former Taiwan Defense Ministry Inspector Lu De-yun found the news amusing. He highlighted the stark contrast between the Chinese state media's near-divine portrayal of the missile submarine and the reality of its issues. He pointed out that the submarine had to surface to avoid a serious problem, adding unintended entertainment to the situation. Some military enthusiasts also commented that unless a submarine could no longer stay underwater, it would be quite absurd for a nuclear deterrent submarine to surface and announce, "Look, I'm here." No matter which theory is correct, the news that Chinese nuclear submarines are silently lurking beneath the Taiwan Strait's surface has indeed caused unease among many Taiwanese people, especially amidst the CCP's threats of military action against Taiwan. In response to the rare sighting of a Chinese submarine surfacing in the Taiwan Strait, Taiwan's defense minister, Wellington Koo, reassured the public on the morning of the 18th. He stated that the Taiwanese military is aware of the Chinese nuclear sub's movements, but cannot disclose details for security reasons. Retired Major General Yu Tsung-chi, who served as the Dean of the National Defense University's Political Warfare College, also calmed the public, stating that Taiwan's anti-submarine surveillance capabilities in the surrounding areas are second only to Japan in Southeast Asia. Taiwan also operates 12 P-3C Orion anti-submarine aircraft comparable to those used by the US and Japan, patrolling the surrounding waters daily. These aircraft ensure that Taiwan's surrounding waters are under military control. You also mentioned that the average depth of the Taiwan Strait is less than 100 meters, leaving no hiding spots for large submarines. So it is theoretically dangerous for such large Chinese nuclear submarines to navigate underwater in the Taiwan Strait. To ensure the safety of the Taiwan Strait, the United States has made extensive deployments. Admiral Samuel Paparo, commander of the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, recently revealed a plan involving thousands of unmanned submarines, surface vessels, and aerial drones to prevent Chinese military aggression against Taiwan. This indicates that regardless of why the Chinese nuclear submarine ventured into the Taiwan Strait, there is no difference between hiding in shallow waters or surfacing because the submarine's acoustic signal will inevitably be detected. It might as well surface. Su Zhu-yun, director of the Institute for National Defense and Security Research, stated that the Taiwan Strait has long been a corridor for the PLA's North Sea and South Sea fleets. Since 2019, there have been 4 sightings of PLA submarines surfacing in the Taiwan Strait. Su noted that both this recent sighting and one from last July occurred in the exact same location, suggesting that the PLA submarine forces might have a safe passage in the Taiwan Strait. This incident has inadvertently exposed their navigation route. Su also mentioned that there is no need to worry about the PLA's military deterrence against Taiwan. He said that the Taiwan Strait is international waters where U.S. and other countries' warships freely navigate. Moreover, this submarine was near the Chinese coast, posing no direct threat. In essence, he implied that seeing a PLA submarine among numerous surface warships isn't surprising, but the submarine fleet itself should be the embarrassed one. To gauge the strength of the PLA Navy, a comparison with the US might be insightful. In recent years, the rapid commissioning of Chinese naval warships has been described as like making dumplings. With around 70 submarines, the Chinese submarine fleet ranks third in the world in terms of both number and tonnage. A report by the U.S. Department of Defense states that since 2002, China has built 10 nuclear-powered submarines, including 6 Shang-class Type 1 and Type 2 attack submarines capable of launching anti-ship and land attack missiles, and 4 Jin-class ballistic missile submarines. The Type 094 and its improved variant, the Type 094A, are the current main models of China's submarine fleet, which is also the one that surfaced unexpectedly. The U.S. has about 68 active submarines, all nuclear-powered. In terms of both scale and combat capability, China's nuclear submarines are significantly inferior. The National Interest website, closely monitoring China's military advancements, reported that China's nuclear submarines not only lack in numbers, but also suffer from insufficient stealth and propulsion technology, preventing them from building submarines comparable to those of the US or Russia. These issues fundamentally stem from propulsion technology, specifically the lack of quiet propulsion systems. This is likely a key reason why China's nuclear submarine fleet remains relatively small, as they are too easily detected. Analysts suggest that China is working on the Type 095 and Type 096 nuclear submarines to address these issues, but the specifics are unknown currently. Due to the numerical disadvantage of China's nuclear submarines, it is largely compensated by conventional submarines. The rapid commissioning of Chinese submarines primarily refers to these conventional submarines, which use diesel engines as a power source, generating electricity while sailing. Apart from the competition underwater, airborne anti-submarine warfare (ASW) capabilities are crucial for naval dominance. The U.S.'s ASW equipment includes the P-3C Orion maritime surveillance aircraft, the P-8A Poseidon, SH-60 Seahawk helicopters, MH-60R ASW helicopters, and MQ-4C Triton unmanned aerial vehicle. The P-8A Poseidon is a backbone of the U.S.'s shore-based ASW force, representing the highest level of modern ASW technology. It boasts powerful long-range patrol and multi-mission capabilities suitable for complex maritime operations. Produced by Boeing, the P-8A Poseidon is operating not only by the U.S. Navy, which has 120 of these aircraft, but also by the UK, Germany, Australia, and South Korea. China's domestically produced anti-submarine aircraft, the Y-8, is a modified transport plane derived from the Soviet AN-12. Its performance is far from advanced. Although it is equipped with torpedoes, depth charges, and other anti-submarine weapons, its technology, especially in electronic equipment and detection, lags behind. This illustrates that in the event of a naval conflict between China and the US, the PLA Navy would have no victory, especially given the strong military alliances the US has established. However, the Taiwan Strait crisis and China's military expanse into the Indo-Pacific region have raised concerns among many countries, prompting them to prepare accordingly. In September 2021, US President Biden, UK Prime Minister Johnson, and Australian Prime Minister Morrison announced the formation of a military and security partnership called AUKUS. The primary goal of this alliance is to help Australia build a nuclear-powered submarine fleet, part of the broader US Indo-Pacific Strategic Alliance. Australia is set to become the 7th nation with nuclear-powered submarines, following the US, Russia, China, the UK, France, and India. Building this fleet is expected to take about 20 years. In the interim, Australia will lease attack submarines from the UK or the US for training and operational use. Additionally, Australia will purchase up to 5 Virginia-class nuclear-powered submarines from the US, expected to be delivered in the next decade. This deal will accelerate and deepen an ambitious defense agreement aimed at strengthening US-led military dominance in the Asia-Pacific to counter China's growing military power. China has strongly opposed this nuclear submarine cooperation, accusing it of fueling an arms race and undermining the international nuclear non-proliferation regime. In contrast, Taiwan welcomed AUKUS, seeing it as a positive development for regional democracy, peace, and prosperity. Recently, the world's largest multinational naval exercise, Rim of the Pacific 2024, RIMPAC, officially began at the end of June. U.S. media reported that the highlight of this exercise will be the simulated sinking of the 40,000-ton displacement Taiwan-class amphibious assault ship. Analysts suggest this is the first time since 2005 that the U.S. military has used a giant warship, similar to an aircraft carrier, as a target for a sinking exercise, indicating the U.S. is very concerned about a major conflict with China in the Pacific region. U.S. military website The Drive reported that the sinking exercises in the RIMPAC have always been a consistent project for the U.S. military. Along with allies, they have tested various anti-ship weapons and tactics. Selecting the Tarawa-class amphibious assault ship this time provides the U.S. Navy with a rare opportunity to collect data on the effectiveness of these weapons and assess the capability of large warships to respond to various threats. Records show that the Tarawa-class ship USS Tarawa participated in the Gulf War, the Afghanistan War, and the Iraq War. It could carry hovercraft and landing craft for traditional beach landing missions and use its expensive flight deck for heavy helicopters, enabling vertical assault operations. The USS Tarawa was decommissioned in 2009. Using the Tarawa-class amphibious assault ship as a target for the sinking exercise inevitably draws comparisons to the 3 large aircraft carriers owned by the Chinese Navy and the 40,000-ton or larger amphibious assault ships under construction. This year's RIMPAC exercise, running from June 26 to August 2nd, involves 40 surface ships, 3 submarines, over 150 aircraft, and more than 25,000 personnel from 29 countries and regions. The PLA Navy is not participating in this grand military exercise. Ironically, the Type 094 nuclear-powered submarine that supposedly represents China's submarine strength, looking quite unwell, surfaced and returned to its home port for repairs just before the exercise.